Hello, everyone. I'm Karen Laird, the editor of Sustainable Plastics. Welcome to this special live stream with FIMIC. Today, you'll hear about FIMIC's latest technology for plastics recycling. After the presentation, you will have a chance to get your questions answered by FIMIC representatives live on screen. Our speaker today is Michele Colombari, a regional sales manager at FIMIC. To submit your questions, email spevents@crane.com. Or, if you're watching along on the Sustainable Plastics LinkedIn, enter your questions through the LinkedIn comment section. And now, without further ado, it's time to turn the presentation over to this afternoon's speaker. Michele, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Karen. Hello, everyone. I'd first like to thank Sustainable Plastics as well as everybody who's listening for your time today to attend this webinar. We are very happy to be here and talk with you about plastic recycling. Also, another exciting news is that we will be sharing today a groundbreaking technology for plastic recycling. So stay tuned. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Michele Colombari. I'm one of FIMIC's regional sales managers, in charge for sales in Central and Northern Europe, as well in the Near Middle East. I have over 10 years experience in machinery sales dedicated to plastic recycling, including washing lines, extruders, and melt filters. So you're more than welcome, of course, to talk with me about plastic recycling topics. Let me briefly introduce our company FIMIC to you. FIMIC is based in Italy. It's a family-owned company since 1963. FIMIC has been dedicating its efforts, research, and results to the plastic recycling industry since the company was founded. The main products we manufacture are automatic melt filters and guillotines. Till now, we have more than 740 units of filters and guillotines running worldwide. And many units are running at the leading players in the plastic recycling industry. Today, we are all very excited as we are sharing a premier new FIMIC product to everyone. We are FIMIC, which means we're people, a company dedicated to serve the plastic recycling industry with a team of 34 professionals and many agents in different countries to offer closer support to our customers. The team is growing more and more, and we will have more people join us starting from mid-September, very soon. Plastic recycling, as you know, has become a very hot topic in recent years. FIMIC is dedicating its business to plastic recycling, and our philosophy is to create machines and manufacture machines helping plastic recyclers and compounders to easily upgrade the performance of existing or new recycling lines, and at the same time to dramatically reduce their operational costs. Here I would like to show you a short FIMIC video. It's also a premiere for you to better understand FIMIC's work. Please play the video.
Does your company recycle plastics? The European directive is clear. From 2025, plastic products must contain at least 25% recycled material. This is a very high percentage, and it is difficult to achieve, at least with manual or semi-automatic filters. However, it is not a problem. In fact, it represents a great business opportunity if you choose to rely on FIMIC, a company specializing in the production of automatic and self-cleaning melt filters specifically dedicated to post-industrial and post-consumer plastics recycling. Its filtration technologies, one of a kind, guarantee high results and a very high quality of the final material. They are also available in different models and sizes, based on 3 factors: type of material to be recycled, required output per hour, contamination level and filtration requirements. These days, the amount of material to be recycled is ever increasing. At the same time, it is necessary to maintain high standards for high quality results. To do so, FIMIC adapts the technology to the customer's needs with 5 different screen changes, offers all possible filtrations, and covers the many different existing applications. Would you like to test your materials at FIMIC? Book a test in our technical center.
As many of you know, Femic's most famous technology is dedicated to automatic and continuous melt filtration. We are the only company which provides any type of automatic melt filters, targeting especially post-industrial and post-consumer plastics. In total, we have 5 different models of automatic melt filters, from materials with low contamination amounts up to very high or aggressive contamination levels, from smaller output, 300 kilos per hour, up to 6 tons per hour. Depending on the material, throughput, and required filtration every customer needs, we provide the most suitable filter solution accordingly. Last but not least, our technology is the only continuous scraping system also applicable to PVC recycling. For the automatic melt filter till today, over 370 machines are in operation now worldwide, targeting different types of materials, contaminations, on different extruder types and brands. We offer many years of experience and can provide customers excellent know-how based on real facts and experiences, not just theories. In addition to our popular automatic filter to improve plastic recycling, that's our target, we are proud to introduce our new creation today. It is a revolutionary, innovative technology and a breakthrough solution for a plastic recycling process. Ladies and gentlemen, the SPA screw pump for this plastic recycling industry. SPA means screw pump automatic. It is basically designed for 2 main purposes. First, it is designed for plastic recyclers and compounders who want to optimize the output performances of their extruders. Second, in case the recycler or compounder needs a 2-step filtration, it is to transport the material from the first filter to the second one. The SPA screw pump is, in a few words, a melt pump, but specifically dedicated to be used in plastic recycling. The SPA screw pump allows to easily transport melt from the extruder to the filter or between 2 filters without using gears. Simple to use, great in results. Very briefly, the advantages of the screw pump are shown here in this chart. Compared to conventional gear pumps, the maintenance costs of the screw pump are very low, as well as the ease of operation, which is fundamental to consider in a recycling line or a compounding line using recycled plastics. Being more sensitive to contaminations, a gear pump often needs a manual slide plate type melt filter for protection installed before it. Femic screw pump is using a screw to transport the melt. The screw is less sensitive than gears to contamination, so it needs no additional protection filter before it. That's why its best performance is booming or rising out when using recycled plastics, especially post-consumer ones. So the overall operational costs for the screw pump are much lower compared to gear pumps. Regular gear pumps are complex to operate, while the SPA is the screw pump is easy to use and does not require periodic replacements by the operators. It can be installed either before or after the filter, being perfect for applications requiring a double filtration step or for compounding lines, typically working on twin screws, to help build up enough pressure to the filter and avoid melt returns. So 2 main applications are dedicated to the Femic SPA screw pump. Before the filter, typically on twin screw extruders, to build up enough pressure to the filter without the risk of damaging gears or replacing them too often. Or after the filter, either in between 2 melt filters, or to stabilize the pressure of the material and maximize the productivity of the filter and consequently of the extruder itself. So as a sum up of the advantages of the SPA screw pump in plastic recycling, we can say the following: ease of operation. The screw's lifetime is much longer compared to gears. Additionally, it's easy to replace. The touchscreen has 3 operation modes, easy to change and test depending on the material and its characteristics. Extremely low maintenance requirements. As mentioned before, the screw is much easier compared to gears. Significant savings, even in the short term. Longer lifetime of wear parts. Consider that recycling, as many of you know, has always contaminations that can damage gears during the operation, and normally they need to be replaced often. This does not happen, however, with the SPA screw pump. Optimization of extrusion performance. The screw pump can reduce the pressure from the extruder, hence to bring the output of the extruder to its maximum, exploit its full potential, either if it's installed before or after the filter. He would like to show you an animation video of the screw pump. In this video, you can see two different configurations, which are fully possible. First is the screw pump installed between two filters on a single screw extruder. Depending on the material, some customers need a second filtration step in plastic recycling. So they are using the screw pump to transport the plastic melt into the second filter and optimize the extruder's output by reducing the outlet pressure of the first filter. The second possible configuration is to install the pump directly after a twin screw extruder to help build up enough pressure for the filter and avoid melt returns at the same time. Also, in this case, the screw pump can optimize the output of the extruder and make it more stable. Let's take a look at the video. Thank you. I hope the video clarified a little more how the screw pump is working, or the working principle. For the screw pump, we are offering at the moment 3 sizes, targeting different output requirements. The SPA 120, output up to 1 ton per hour. SPA 140, from 1 to 1.5 tons per hour output. And the SPA 160, output capacity from 1.5 to 2 tons. However, we are also designing and prototyping new sizes, bigger ones, in order to achieve over 2 tons capacity, as it is a pretty typical application in Europe for for compounding lines, especially, to go over 2 tons. Now, I'll share with you our successful installation cases involving the SPA screw pump. You will be able to see real examples of customers' lines equipped with a FIMIC melt filter and a FIMIC screw pump. First, this will be a twin screw recycling line equipped with a SPA 140, output from 1 to 1.5 tons per hour. And after it, the FIMIC 10 filter. So this is a single-step filtration. The 10 filter produced by FIMIC is using the continuous bell-type screen, as you saw on the video. The 10 filter is normally used for filtration of low contamination plastics, so we normally recommend not over 1% contamination. The second case instead is a single screw extruder equipped with a FIMIC RAS 600 melt filter, which is the most famous scraping technology from FIMIC, and SPA 120 screw pump, followed by slide plate type melt filter. This customer needed a 2-step filtration step. This project involves wash post-consumer PP regrinds, mainly from car batteries, automotive applications. We got a co-rotating twin screw extruder, followed by a FIMIC SPA 140 screw pump, and a FIMIC 10 filter, the one, again, using the continuous woven mesh belt. The output of this line is between 1 to 1.2 tons an hour, and the filtration applied is 100 micron. The twin screw extruder generally are limited with pressure. The most common issue is over a certain pressure level is melt return from the gas imports. Installing the screw pump helps decrease the pressure from the extruder's outlet and avoid melt return back out of the gassing zones. You can find the configuration in the picture in this slide. You can see the twin screw extruder, the FIMIC screw pump directly after it, and the FIMIC 10 filter. No need for pre-filtration before the screw pump. Conventional gear pumps need often a pre-filter, filtering at 400 or 500 micron screen to protect the gears of the gear pump from contamination, especially aggressive contaminations. As this pre-filter has to be changed depending on contamination amount every 20 to 30 minutes, or sometimes even more often, the FIMIC screw pump doesn't need a pre-filter, which means less investment, less power consumption, less manpower, and ease of operation. Here I'd like to show you some more details of this real installations. On the left picture, you can see the FIMIC screw pump. The twin screw extruder is at the very left of the picture and is transporting the material, the melt, into the SPA screw pump. This twin screw extruder, as in this case, for example, are very often limited by pressure, often between 80 to 110 or 120 bars. If the pressure at the extruder outlet is too high, the plastic melt will go back to the extruder and come out of the gas imports. The SPA screw pump reduces the pressure of the outlet of the extruder and increases it again at the entrance of the melt filter. In this way, the melt return situation is not happening, and the full potential of the extruder output can be exploited. On the right picture, on the right-hand side, you can see the installation of SPA and 10. So SPA screw pump, and installed just before the FIMIC 10 filter. Let's have a look at the video showing this project in reality, in operation. Okay. Next, we would like to show you a very short video of the FIMIC 10 filter in operation. I just want to remind you that, of course, the FIMIC SPA screw pump is not limited to be installed on after or before FIMIC melt filters, but on any melt filter type. I think it's worth to mention. Please play the video. This is the second case, installation case, which is dedicated to, in this case, the customer is recycling washed post-consumer LDP, LLDP films. This customer's target was to reduce the gel formation in the output pellets, and we proposed them to install a screw pump and a slide blade filter after the FIMIC RES 600. The machine configuration, as you can see, is a single screw extruder, first stage filtration on a FIMIC RES 600 melt filter, screw pump SPA 120, and after the screw pump, a manual slide plate melt filter. The first stage filter RES 600 applies a filtration of 120 micron on laser screen, and the second manual filter is applying a filtration of 100 micron on mesh screen. The SPA screw pump, in this case, is used between two melt filters to transport the melt from the first filter to the second one with an excellent pressure control. Just for your information, the output of this line is between 900 to 1.2 tons per hour. Some more details of this installation. At the top right-hand side, you can see the SPA screw pump, which is installed after the RES melt filter. We'd like also to show you a video of this installation. Please play. Okay, that would be almost all from my side. I would love to thank you very much for your attention. It was our pleasure to share our new and latest innovation with you. We hope that, as many other FIMIC products, will help many recycling companies to save operational costs, improve their operations, improve their quality, thanks to FIMIC's experience and product range. Any questions you would like to ask will be done during the Q&A sessions after the presentation. And of course, you're also very welcome to contact me if you need any assistance or additional clarifications. My contact information are shown on the bottom right side of this slide. But before we enter the Q&A session, I kindly ask you for just a couple of minutes more of your time. We would like to show you the very latest FIMIC corporate video, hoping that you will like it as much as we did. Enjoy. Please. Hope you liked it.
Yes,
Thank
very
you.
nice.
We
Thank
trained
you.
out.
Yeah. Thank you for a terrific presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.
And as you said before, we're now ready to take questions. Michele will be joined by Erika Kanaya, General Manager at FIMIC. As I said before, to submit a question, simply email spevents@crane.com, or if you're watching along on the Sustainable Plastics LinkedIn, submit your questions via the comment box. So I'm now going to, yes, get on with the first question. Michele, what would FIMIC do the installation of the screw pump?
Yes, of course. That's like we do with melt filters. So it is the same philosophy. We apply the same philosophy. This means that the screw pump is also fitting and fitting the customer extruder. So it is including flanges and of course the extrusion center line to fit every customer machine. And of course, it also needs our presence for the startup, either in person or remotely, as we did many times in the last couple of years. But yes, it is exactly like we do with melt filters. We follow the same philosophy.
How long does it take?
Normally very fast. We consider normally 3 days at customer site in order to assist, and train the customer staff to operate it and maintain it. That is part of a standard at our company.
Right. So it's including the training of the staff to get to know how to work the screw pump.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
We need to, yeah.
Yes.
We repeat, very, very important to train the staff properly in order for them to easily understand how to operate it and use it.
Yes, that's important. I agree. Let me see. Here's a question. Is the installation of the screw pump very complicated?
Well, normally no, because it's as in the previous question, for example, we adapt the machine to the customer machine. So it's when the pump is reaching the customer side, it is already fitting its extruder, the size, the center line, and of course the connection, the adaptation flanges. So it is very easy to install, and of course with our assistance, then to start up.
And can the screw pump help when an extruder has a lot of wear?
Well, the extruder can have a lot of wear due to contaminations in the input material.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also happening to a conventional gear pump, for example. That's why many, especially in case of twin screws, that's why many installations need a protection filter before the pump to protect the gears. That's also the case now. Right now, my background is not as nice as my colleagues or Erika's because I'm in France at the moment, and I'm assisting a customer for the startup and the training of a melt filter. The melt filter is installed on a twin screw, equipped with a gear pump, and a melt filter, a slide plate melt filter before it to protect the gears. And that would be, for example, here as well, a perfect application for a screw pump to avoid the protection filter and be more flexible, let's say, to reprocess post-consumer plastics with also aggressive contaminations.
And what do you consider an aggressive contamination? What's aggressive? Is that food or
No, aggressive for the extruder or for the gears, for example, could be metals.
Okay.
Any type, glass, sand, little stones, for example. These are very easy found contamination in post-consumer recycling. Even if the quality and the performance of the washing line are very good, the sorting is very good, still there is, in post-consumer recycling, there's always surprises, and surprises do not mean a nice situation. Yeah, for they are not often nice surprises. They are very often dangerous ones. And with FIMIC melt filters or screw pump as well, customers are more flexible. They can accept more contaminations, and their risk is reduced to a minimum. This is the good point as well.
Right. This is the advantage. And 1 minute. What is the maximum pressure that the screw pump can work at?
Well, at the moment, 220 bars. Yeah, this is a typical situation with a FIMIC melt filter, for example, as we have seen also in the installation cases, where the screw pump is installed after or before FIMIC melt filter. So the maximum operational pressure is never exceeding that level. So between 200 and 220 bars.
Okay. And let me see. Another question came in. What is the finest filtration FIMIC system can obtain? What is the screen life for contamination, such as aluminium at 2%?
Okay, the finest filtration fineness that we can achieve on laser screens at the moment is 80 micron, while on continuous belt screen, for example, what we have seen in the FIMIC 10 filter is 60 micron at the moment on mesh. Yeah. Regarding the screen life for contaminations such as aluminium, okay, contaminations of course can be very different and can be more or less complicated. Aluminium can be complicated, especially in terms of foil, aluminium foil, not aluminium, not rigid aluminium from cans, for example. This is easily removable from our system and no risk. Aluminium foil in high percentages can be a challenging situation. We did have we developed solutions to increase the lifetime of screens and other parts in case of high percentages of aluminium foil, but still having such contamination type in high amounts that is reducing the let's say the duration of continuous operation on a screen. But we are always improving and always finding out new solutions. We prefer simple solutions. Simple for us means also simple for our customers, especially in recycling. It's very important to apply simple solutions. And we are always searching for new ones in order to improve the operation and duration of all parts of our technologies.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I know you just sort of answered this question, but maybe you could repeat it, because once again, somebody wants to know how much pressure can be generated with this SPA pump.
Okay. So as I told you before, the installations we have until now are applied with FIMIC melt filters. FIMIC melt filters have one of the characteristics is that we are always using a very wide filtration surface, so the operational pressure is always low. Yeah, that's why until now we tested this SPA screw pump on FIMIC melt filters, and FIMIC melt filters never exceed a pressure of 200 bars. Okay, 220 bars maximum. So that's what our experience is now. But in case we have to install the SPA screw pump on another type of melt filter, which can or which has to work at higher pressure levels, then of course we are totally open to do that, and we need to do that in the future for sure.
Okay. And I have a follow-up question about the aluminum. Specifically, the question is about aluminum foil from coffee creamer cups or yogurt cups. Could you say?
Would you like Erika to say something about this?
Yes, obviously we have customer that has this kind of material, and they can produce with our melt filters, but this is not the main product that they are processing. So if they are processing only this kind of material, we normally suggest other technologies. And we have, for example, the 10 filter or any other technology there is in the market. If there is this material between the process also with other material, we can do it, but we cannot work days and days like any other material.
Right. Thank you. Let me see. Well, does the continuous mesh 10 filter work well with recycling?
Well, it does, yes. It's existing since several years in the market. The point is that, at least this is the philosophy of our company, we do not recommend the 10 filter or continuous belt filter for high amounts of contamination. Yeah, that's also what you saw in the video. The 10 filter, for example, is applied with post-industrial waste or as a second step filtration after a pre-filtration has been already done, because it's working well, but of course it's using a mesh screen and it is not self-cleaning. So it's limited with the amount of contamination. The problem with high amounts of contamination and a continuous belt screen are the operational costs, and we always want our customers to reach the lowest possible operational costs. So it is applicable, yes, to recycling, but it depends what the customer has to recycle. So post-industrial waste, yes. Pre-filter the post-consumer waste, yes. Direct filtration of post-consumer waste, no, not the best solution. That's why we recommend our more famous scraping system. RAS or ERA, we have different ones available, but on a self-cleaning system because of the degree of contamination.
Okay. Here's another question. Sometimes when using a melt filter in a recycling line, the extruder needs to be modified. For example, increasing the LD relation, and this is a very complicated process. With the FIMIC SPA, this will be easily solved. Is that correct?
Yes, I would say so. Yes, I would say so. Correct. Because by installing the FIMIC SPA screw pump, we have an excellent pressure control from the extruder to the filter. So, and that is of course adjustable. It is not a fixed ratio, so that can be adjusted. Yes, that could be of course another advantage. Yes, or could show more flexibility.
So it's easier to install, as it were.
Yes, I would say so. Yes.
There's fewer adjustments. Okay.
For sure.
Okay. And could you just explain once again, how does the FIMIC SPA, how is it different compared to a conventional melt pump?
Okay, sure. Conventional melt pumps normally use gears to operate and to transport the melt from one point to the other, either between two filters or from the twin screw to the filter. Gear pumps are working very well. The main issue is that when using recycled materials, especially post-consumer ones, there is a very often presence of high contamination levels, and also very often aggressive contaminations. Metals, glass, little stones, sand, whatever. And this is, of course, wearing out metallic parts. Gears are easily worn out when this contamination is a constant presence in the material. So that's why conventional gear pumps using installed on extruders, which are using recycled materials, especially post-consumer, need a protection or a police filter, protection filter, safety filter before it to protect the gears from high wear. And this is what the SPA pump does not need, because a screw is much less, I'm sorry for the game word, but is less sensitive to aggressive contaminations. It's mainly used as a transport. Okay, so that's why it can be easily applied to post-consumer materials recycling, to post-consumer plastic recycling, as it needs no additional filter before it to protect it. Okay, so of course it involves less manpower, less investment, less energy consumption, and less maintenance. So this is one of the main advantages. So that's why the real potential of the screw pump really booms out if you are speaking about post-consumer recycling, because this is the main applications that we designed the screw pump for.
Right. And post-consumer recycling is something that is gaining pace
Definitely.
every day. Yes.
Definitely. Especially in Europe, it's it will be mandatory to in a few years to start using recycled material into every plastic product. And of course, post-consumer recycling is the biggest part of the available waste.
Yes.
But clearly, post-consumer needs specific technologies to recycle it. It's not as easy as production waste, which has virtually no contamination.
Understood. Well, thank you. That just about wraps up this Q&A as our time is up. And I'd like to say thank you, Michele. And for any questions that didn't answer, please send them to us. And we'll make sure to pass them on to FIMIC, or email Michele at the address you can see on your screen. Thanks again, Michele.
Thank you, Karen, for this opportunity and
And Erika Konaya. Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, thank you to our viewers today for watching.
Thank you
That's all from me now. Thank you and goodbye.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.